First, let me welcome you to this press conference. We felt it important that we have this important conversation with you and with Kenyans who have been supporting the Inject party to this day. And this far we've come is because Kenyans have offered us their unwavering support, and we don't take it for granted, and we feel that every once in a while we should create an opportunity to communicate to them, give them the progress, where we've come from, where we are, where we believe we are heading, the challenges we have, and how we hope to overcome them. So I'm here with the Secretary General of the party, Solonka Pareno. He's going to read a statement, then we're going to accept some questions. Then I guess that will be it for today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, members of the press. And the party statement, or the official standing of the party, is as follows. The Inject party continues to affirm its unwavering commitment to the people of Kenya, strengthening our presence and structures while holding the government accountable for its promises. Through our united and dynamic team, led by Morara Kebaso, we have grown the movement, and true to it, many corners in the country right now are in the millions shouting, Inject change. In the past 2 months, the Inject party has traversed more than 30 counties, engaging directly with citizens to highlight pressing issues and government shortcomings. Our initiative, the Vampire Diary, started by Morara Kebaso, has spotlighted critical areas of failure in the current regime, shedding light on stalled projects that have long plagued development within counties and nationally. Our efforts have resulted in tangible progress, as you can see. From the Kanyagwal Fisheries Project in Kisumu to the Rombo Tomato Agro-Processing Facilities in Litoktok, all these projects are currently being revived, but more still needs to be done. These achievements underscore our commitment to ensuring that this administration is held accountable and responsible for the development of this nation. At the core of our party's success lies a robust and cohesive structure built around a skilled and passionate team, you can see them here, that operates on a voluntary basis. All the members you see before you operate on a voluntary basis. No one is being paid. And again, our success lies with the millions of Kenyans who have joined us in their own way, and this is a testament to their belief in our cause and to their commitment to the Kenyan people. It is important to clarify that all public donations to the party are accounted for. There are systems and mechanisms that are in place to ensure integrity and proper utilization of all donated funds. There is a 14-member team that is in charge of all matters finance, and as a matter of fact, the financial reports are always available for scrutiny at the party headquarters. This structure of accountability and transparency, it distinguishes the Inject party as a beacon of integrity in the political landscape. As we move forward, the Inject party remains steadfast to its mission of addressing systemic failures, championing development, and advocating for solutions that resonate with the daily struggles of Kenyans. We invite all Kenyans to join hands with us in building a better future, one where the leadership is synonymous with accountability, service, and action. This is a joint fight that we cannot fight alone, and we need everyone to play a role. The government and many political elite are not happy with us, and they are out there to disrupt and divide our movement. But what we have to say to them is we will not relent, we will not be shaken, and we will not be distracted by those who have personal interests and those who have succumbed to the pressure. The Inject party is more than a political party. It is a movement that is driven by the shared vision of hope, prosperity, and unity for all Kenyans. Together, we will continue to make strides that reflect the strength and determination of our nation, na tunaamini ya kuwa itabadilika. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So we believe we can take questions now. Okay, so I don't know whether the first question is to me or to the Secretary General. So it's up to you now to ask. we are very brief. That is our statement. Would you like to ask any questions? Yes.
My question is in regards to a certain publication that was made yesterday on some few members who claimed that they were part of the team of the Inject party, and they said that they had withdrawn from the Inject party. My actual question is, were they really members of the Inject party? Mostly, some of them refer to themselves as the Secretary General, the former Secretary General of the Inject party, but as you have told us, that Solanke is the official Secretary General of the Inject party. What is your statement in regards to that?
So the Inject party first stands for Inclusion of National Justice and Civic Transformation. That's what Inject stands for. Now, Inject party is a party that was born by the Kenyan people. It's not really our thing. It is something that came from Kenyans. We are only privileged to serve Kenyans. Now, since we started the process of registration of a party to where we've reached today, we've had only one interim Secretary General. We've never had 2 or 3. And the interim Secretary General has always been Solonka Pareno. So anybody out there purporting, claiming, or otherwise saying that they were or could be or should have been the Secretary General, that is not true. However, he holds that position on an interim basis, because when you're registering a political party, you need interim officials before the actual officials can be elected at the National Delegates Conference. So when we finally have the National Delegates Conference, the officials of the party will be elected to replace the interim officials, and the interim officials, if they want to run for that position, they'll run and get the true mandate of the people. As at now, he is the one who holds that office and continues to run that function. With regards to people holding a press conference to say they were members and they've left, what we can say is that first, we saw it. We were also disturbed as you were, and we were worried as you were. Some of the people we saw there, we've never met them. We don't know them. We are meeting them for the first time. However, there are some that we know that have been here maybe once or twice. They've come and participated in a meeting or 2. And the main point of departure between our value system and their value system is that they expected that at Inject Party they would be paid heavy salaries for roles within the party. I'm so sorry to them that we were not able to meet their expectations, but this is how things are, and they may have to get used to how the things are.
I have another question.
Yes.
This is in regards to a current online virtue that is going on, mostly in regards to the current Cabinet Secretary of Mining, Honorable Ali Hassan Joho. He has taken it personal with mostly leaders or young people who take time to criticize the government on social media, and he has labeled himself as the defender of the President of the Republic of Kenya. What is your take on that? And mostly says that the young people that are attacking the government uses free Wi-Fi offered to them by the government.
Well, I don't know where the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Hassan Joho, gets the time to even insult Kenyans on social media, because those Kenyans who are on social media, if he says that they are idle because leaders like him who are corrupt have made it impossible for those young people to get opportunities, so they have a lot of time to be on social media. Secondly, I don't think that his level of education and intellect is one that we would want to argue with. Okay, we are definitely more informed than he is, so we'd like him to attend classes so that we just educate him a little bit about our country. For example, I can educate him that there is 8.7 trillion worth of niobium at Mrima Hill in Lungalunga constituency in Kwale County that he needs to safeguard. There is money that is supposed to be remitted to the Kenyan government by Base Titanium, which has been doing mining operations in Kwale County and is winding up its operations this year. There is gold in Transmara constituency. There is even gold in Western Province. There is oil in Turkana. I believe his plate is full. Where he gets the time to do this kind of things is what I do not know. I believe he has a lot in terms of safeguarding our natural resources and not participating in corruption or in online social media skits with young people who are unemployed because of corrupt leaders like himself. So it will be unworthy of the Inject party to engage with Ali Hassan Joho. We are a national party. Him is only a kingpin of some area in the coast of people, actually few people who believe in him. So we believe that even if we went to an election with Ali Hassan Joho, he would not garner a quarter of what we would garner in that election. So in this interview, it's completely worthless to have him as a conversation. He is just in the cabinet because he belonged to ODM, and ODM was bought into the coalition government. If ODM was not bought into the coalition government, he would probably be still doing the same social media that he is insulting people for. Yeah, so Ali Hassan Joho should get his act together, and President William Ruto should prevent his ministers, cabinet secretaries like Ali Hassan Joho, from insulting Kenyans who are already angry and hungry from the collapsing economy. Should control them. Needs to be controlled.
My last question. This one is in regards to a certain statement that was published yesterday in regards to one CEO of David Group of Companies, Morara. The government of Kenya exempted him from taxes worth 11 billion Kenyan shillings, and their main reason for exempting him from paying taxes worth 11 billion Kenyan shillings is that they are trying to attract more investors into the country. What is your take on that, knowing that the president has been pushing it so hard for every Kenyan to be taxed? And also, my last question is, Inject party really a registered party? Because according to the statement that was given yesterday, is that Inject party has not yet been approved by the government of the Republic of Kenya as a party.
So with regards to, those are two questions. Yeah. With regards to taxation, I believe one of my team members can answer. With regard to registration, I believe that falls in the docket of the Secretary General. So I don't know who will handle taxes. Farida? Like to
let me not sit down at this point.
You can come closer to them. Oh, okay.
Oh,
She can.
you wanted to speak?
Just go ahead.
Okay, just go ahead.
Okay, now with regards to, let's start with the party registration first of all. So party registration in Kenya, it's a process. It's not a one-day event. So you first start with the name reservation, then you reserve the symbol, you reserve your slogans, you reserve your party colors. So Inject party, where it is right now, is at the registration of the symbols, colors, and slogans. The next, and those have been approved by the Registrar of Political Parties. The next process will now be to upload our constitution and certain party documentation, together with the list of the founders and all that. And once that is complete, we will now proceed now to get a provisional certificate. Once you get a provisional certificate, we now start the recruitment drive for all Kenyans, go county by county, registering people into our political party. And then finally, we will now get our final registration certificate. So it's a process. We can't complete. There's no political party in Kenya that has ever been registered within a month. It's practically impossible. We are in the process of registering the party, but we have the name reservation, the party slogans, the party colors, and the party symbol all reserved. Yes. With regards to
Taxation?
On the question on taxation, this is what we would say. There are laws on how somebody can be exempted from tax obligations. So it really will be important for us to understand and to verify that the president, in making that decision to exempt that particular individual from tax obligations, that he followed the set regulations when it pertains to tax law. Yes.
And you know, it actually speaks volumes. Exempting taxes for billionaires while increasing taxes for ordinary Kenyans, that tells you that this is a government that doesn't care at all about the ordinary Mwananchi. So it's alarming. Yeah, the reasoning and the rationale behind it, of course, it will be all create jobs, but it's basically the classic move of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, let me just on the same point about the taxation. Sorry, I'm Wafula Nangacho. I'm the communications director of the Inject movement and party. So to add on the taxation issue, actually that's the exact definition of state capture, where individuals are using their own connections and links to influence policies, because that is a policy that they are trying to sneak in through KRA, so that they can exempt a particular person to have a favorable competition against other people who are dealing with the same thing. It's the same thing that is happening, and if you're very keen, the government of Ruto, since they came in power, most of their policies and laws that they are bringing in, they are laws that are making someone somewhere a billionaire. When they come up with what we call a shift project or shisha or shia, what they are doing exactly is they are bringing a system that will bring a new set of people so that they can control the funds, and they are forcing people, because I had the advisor, he's one of his advisors, Moses Kura, I don't know what he advises him. He said students will not be allowed to report to school when they have not been registered on the shift system. So what exactly they are doing, they are trying to use the parliament and the executive to bring laws so that they can make money for themselves. When the president pushes for a policy like the new funding model, he's trying to push people to make education very expensive for the public universities, and at the same time, he's building a very big university as the US in Gish or Eldoret, and that is where he wants to do it, because we will all study. What he will do, education becomes expensive at Moi University and University of Eldoret, and he makes it cheap at his own university, and people will go there and he'll make money. So it's a very sad state of affairs, and we need to call them out. We need to make sure the policies that come in place, they are favorable to each and every person, not one particular person or one particular group of people. Thank you.
More questions?
One question from me. You say that the people that held presser yesterday some of them were part of your team. Maybe you can just tell us maybe when last did they participate, and what roles were they playing on your party, and why did they leave?
Okay, so I think that one is meant for me. Or you will answer? Mr. Mugane will answer for me.
Good evening.
I can answer very well, but he can do it.
I'm Mugane Mugo. I'm in charge of membership and mobilization, which is an interim position in this party. So, first of all, I want to echo the words of our party leader. Whatever we do in this movement, we do it on voluntary basis. We don't expect payment or reimbursement of whichever kind. So when we have people that have joined the movement and they expect that they will gain some financial, or they expect some financial miracle to happen from us, it is impossible. In fact, some of these people, and some of us who are called into those meetings, some of these people have been bought, and the change of lifestyle is evident. I've seen some of them opening new businesses. I've seen some of them with very expensive watches, which is a miracle that cannot happen within a month of someone that was borrowing fare to come here. So for us, we are adamant, we are committed to the cause. We cannot be bought, because the freedom of this country is not worth any amount of money. Secondly, I cannot even remember the last time these
29th September.
29th September. It's a long time ago. It's a scheme they have been scheming behind closed doors to sabotage the movement. But what we tell the government as well is that you can buy a few individuals, but some of us that are committed to this cause, we are ready to defend our democracy. We are ready to fight corruption with whatever it takes. We are worth more than, those hundreds of thousands that are being dished out to our young people. Thank you.
There was also a claim by those who are your party members before that the money that Kenyans are contributing towards the civic education is being shared to Morara's phone numbers, direct personal accounts, and they felt that there's not going to be a proper accountability.
I think the party leader will answer that, but also to bring you up to speed, whatever happened in the last 6 or so months that the movement has been on, 3 months, he has published it in the social media. You saw the kilometers that we've covered. And actually, even the M-Pesas that he has been using, they are prone to scrutiny. Anyone that wants those reports, as he said, can come here. And right now, the treasurer will handle that. There's a bank account that is in place, and it has 3 signatories. So every money that has ever come through the party leader has been accounted for and has been used for the right cause of the movement. Thank you.
So what I can add to what Mr. Mugane Mugo has said is that those phone numbers were my numbers before we started doing this. When we started, Kenya started donating to those numbers, I stopped using them for personal reasons, and now they were being used by the party. In fact, everybody here can say that they've had access to those phone numbers. In fact, even the messages you write to those phone numbers, Dalias has had, to read them, and then he briefs us on what is going on. So this is what happens. The reason we had to use a phone number to receive money is because, one, to avoid the con men. Because when they send the money and the person they know is Morara, and they see the name imeleta kwa M-Pesa Kebaso Morara, they develop a sense of trust. The second issue why we had to use those phone numbers is because we had a lot of support from the diaspora, which we still have to date. There are people who are in the US, who are in UK, who are in Germany, who support us and who support the movement to have fuel and to have security. So when they send, they usually use platforms like SendWave. Now on SendWave, you cannot send to a pay bill, and you cannot send to a till. You cannot send to a phone number. And that phone number has to be registered to an individual. Even if it is not Morara, it has to be someone else. So what we did is we created a 14-member team where 7 people come from Inject and 7 people come from the diaspora. So we have a team of 14 people, 7 who live outside Kenya and 7 who are here. And the 14-member committee, what it does is that they budget for money every month. They say, this is what we need. We need to pay watchmen, we need to pay security, we need to pay internet, we need to pay electricity, and we need fuel. We want to do this and this and this civic education in this and this and this place. Once they do the budgeting, then the expenditure is not even done by me. By then, I'm not the one who usually pays. We have our finance director here, Farida. She's the one we call. Even when we are at the petrol station, she's the one we send the till number, then she pays from our kitty. Then all the payments we've ever made, the receipts are there. So what we usually do every month, we usually sit down in the boardroom